I just want to take you back to those years of 2016 to 19, because you make a very important point that this is not all to do with the pandemic. So if I take you back to that and ask if the downward trajectory of the economic curve, growth curve, which we were experiencing between 2016 till the pandemic struck, a lot of people believe that maybe we have snapped out of that. And this year onwards, while the growth will actually optically come down once the base effect goes away, we will refine the kind of trajectory that we had pre-2016. Do you agree with that assessment that India has actually refound its growth trajectory pre-2016, or the average growth of the next few years will be no more than 5.5% or 5 to 6%?
Well, I don't think we have snapped back out of it. And let me try to explain a little bit. There's one segment you have to remember in India's GDP growth calculation. We calculate our formal sector pretty well. India's statistics are very good. What you do about the informal sector is you take the growth rate of the formal sector, you attribute the same growth rate to the informal sector. What we do know is that from 2016, the informal sector has been shrinking very rapidly like never before. So some of this attribution, which is done in good faith, and we've done this for a long time, the formal sector being attributed to the informal sector, that is not working. So, and there's another thing happening where even if it's a rebound, it's not the kind of story which India was facing. And I should go back right up to say 2003. There were indicators that India was beginning to do well. India's investment rate was picking up then. And as you know, by 2007-8, India was a global story. It was a question of whether it'll be India in the lead or China. India's nowhere near that scene anymore. We can still get there because India has fundamental strength, but let me point to one thing which has happened and is probably contributing to this overall not quite back there scenario. Investment as a part of GDP. If you look at the total amount of the GDP that is being invested, India was climbing from 2003, India began to improve. By 2008, 39% of India's GDP was investment, and that was up to 2011. 2011-12, I remember the number, again 39% of GDP is investment. India is beginning to look like an East Asian economy, and the global conversation on India is extremely buoyant. Where is investment, which was at 39%? It's now at 32%. And this is not a stock market indicator which fluctuates. 39 to 32 is a pretty steady downward journey. Investment is the central force of an economy's growth. We've done poorly on that. So yes, we will bounce back reasonably. India has enough strength. But right now, there is no reason to believe that we are going to get where the story was really a very, very positive story on India. We are not seeing signs of that as yet, unfortunately.